Rahabat Ishar. I, the Ancient of Days, greet you, my son, with a shock. I came to this planet with 23 others. Each took their posts around the planet and waited for our orders. I am the 19th seated and represent the 19th galaxy, Ilium. I am from the 8th planet, there called Rizq, known as Yanun, and by many other titles. We are the record keeper of this planet, and in this one universe, we renew the record of this planet based on its own circumference of 24,000 miles, linked to its time, 24,000 years, to its day and night, 24 hours, and it's linked to the 24,000-year equinox, the time when this sun crosses the equator, making shadow hours and daylight hours equal length on all parts of this planet called Earth. We birthed your seed 19 million years ago. Then, 9 million years ago, we decided to return to raise your mental level. 54,000 years ago, we taught you how to speak, read, and write. We departed to watch the outcome. In our leave, others came to this very planet with their germs and planted their own seeds in an ape and canine. These beings could take on any physical form found in the mind of earthlings. That is, they could incarnate as whatever, being they have no physical of their own. They were called a gigi. Once they assumed the physical form, they lusted after ape women and birthed gobores agaborim, offsprings who were like them, who watched. We watched as they transformed their offspring into a kind of man. Yet we kept our eyes on the time. Well, I could go on, yet most of this you know. Or we'll soon, once Patarak and Pa Mada'at reach you. This is what you all must know about yourself. I have tried so very hard to remove their opinions out of your mind's eye. As we tried to reform them, we took 600 years and placed them on 7 isles in Greece. We saw, after 6,000 years of breeding and grafting, that we could not reform them. So we drove them across the hot burning sands up into the Caucasus Mountains, between the Black and Caspian seas. They did not stay. They had sex with beasts, ate raw flesh. Many ran around on all fours, some born with tails, and with no need to cut the umbilical cord. They had no soul. They were human beasts, later called 6 kinsmen or Vikings. Then they divided into 3 clans. 1, Celtic with the S. 2, Celtic with the K. 3, Celtic with the C. And left the caves and hillsides with their canine beast lovers and spread their diseases with all others who lived safe from wickedness. They were ruled by 1, Atar, the fire or light one, Nanar, the bright one, white light. White light taught them white magic, Wiccanism, which became religions that you know today. Choose one. One was chosen called Tirhu, Terah, who birthed the son, Abram, to offer flesh and blood to them. In turn, they would not eat them. It's called a covenant. In time, Abram's seed broke the covenant by mixing with the cursed seed, Ka'anu, Canaanites, lepers, which gave many of them leprosy, and they took it back to their own planet, and many died. So their love for them became hate. And now they have returned 1993 to 2000 AD and are taking many to use as food. They call it abductions. Most have no idea what is really going on. The covenant ran out in 2000 AD. Now 30 years are left. 2030 AD is 30 years. 30 years hereafter the 6,000 years. 30 years hereafter the 6,000 years ended in 4000 BC, when they mixed and bred this Adam called Laban, Canaan, who Abram's seed mixed with, and in doing so broke the covenant. Abram's seed mixed with those who descended from Canaan, Cain, who moved and lived with the Agigi in the land called Nod, ruled by the son of Anu, called Nudamid, or Enki. He was put over to civilize them. Yet that also failed. So his brother, Nunamir, Enlil, was given to rule them. They called him Baal Gad, or Atar. He and Antu birthed one called Nanar, Zuin, Sin, Satan, also called El-Shadi, or Ashadid, the bright one, or Lucifer. Now this is the God of their new religions, yet most won't know until he returns for them. In 1 John, the 4th chapter, the 12th verse. 1 John, the 3rd chapter, verse 2, 3, 4, and 5. He came in flesh, as he did to Abram. Genesis, the 18th chapter, verses 1 through 8. And ate flesh. He, as their King of kings, Lord of lords, will return to eat flesh of people of earth again. In Revelations, the 19th chapter, verse 16, 17, and 18. I tried to teach you all these actual facts, but his own cherubim, imprisoned me to stop the word of fact. So the spell is at work, even on you all. Mistrust, infighting, games. As I sit and watch the time run out, and we say, we, 24, did our best. Well, I will close this for now. Let my words be known. Second resurrection, the United Nuwapian Nation. Well, son, it has been a while. I have not heard from you. I do know that you sent letters, yet for some reason I did not get it. But as for the document filed with ICC, I did receive it and completely overstood, and want you to know this is what I waited for all these years. In fact, I told people to back off of our nation and tribe because I felt the devil was inside with us, working for the beast to keep me locked up. So I said, step back until we can make a much stronger paper trail as to my being Maku, chief president of our tribe and nation. I put it on record and knew when I did why and how we could bring it back up, as now is that time. Yes, now is that time. I explained to the family all they needed. And don't forget attorney Frank Rubino. Look up what he filed. It covered all the facts needed. That was the real reason why the judge recused himself. He read the blueback, number 215-1993, put on record in 1992. I saw the facts and even met with the chiefs in private office before I came in the court on June the 30th, 2003. He saw where it was going, but Royals was put in place. He did not read it. So now it is or will be in the hands of the ICC, outside of USA. You need to pull a copy of what the attorney Frank Rubino filed. I told Basile to do the same, and so much other documents and transcripts where they put their paw in their own mouth. Like my armband in gray, in the Gray County Jail, I'm listed under I, that is Indian. Others are listed as B for black, W for white. But my armband and the intake form twice listed me. Yes, our office has the armbands, and lawyer is requesting a copy of the intake form. Also, Mr. Seals, his badge, number 17 himself, the first day in court, stated himself, they have their own passports and money. They claim that they are sovereign. This came right out of the dog's mouth. Even this place helps us. How? Because they refuse to allow me to be put in the step-down program, which is to lower my level. Well, what is the reason that they give on the document, which our office has many, many of them, because they issue one every 6 months? Well, it stated that I am denied because I am the leader, head of state, a president. But they put it this way: because you are the leader of the Nuwaubian nation. Yes, nation and leader. That is all we needed to confirm my post as seated head of state of the United Nuwaubian Nation. Native American of the Yamasee, Creek, Seminole, Washita Mound Builders, our true roots. They now are fighting my fight. From day one in court, when I said I am a secured party, I don't recognize you as having jurisdiction over me. I am Maku, chief of my tribe, on record. We are indigenous people, signed by the governor, Mr. Sonny Perdue, and Ms. Kathy Cox of the state of Georgia. All the facts we need, we have documents and documented. Well, son, I just wanted you to know, Pops got it, and understand the moves we are making. Now is the right time for all good Nuwaubians to come to the aid of our nation. So if you get this, let me know. Pops.